Hi everybody, it's Megan. How are you doing? I'm just here today to talk once again, about what being fat really entails. It's not just a physical ailment of the body. Being that it's an addiction, it's also a mind ailment, and being how much it affects a person in their daily life, it's also a social ailment. It is a social disease, and we actually make ourselves fat as young people who experience trauma. That's often how it begins, and we have no other way to protect ourselves, and we have no other way to get out of the state of worry and upset after a trauma, and so we self-medicate with sugar and or carbs or both. Overeating, causing ourselves to have maybe a glucose drop, and maybe put us into some sort of mild coma-like state. You know, as a kid, you'd be all like, and go to sleep for a while. And I remember when I was having problems as a kid, traumatic, terrible problems. And if you're wondering, how terrible things could be, or how terrible your life was, you could always take the ACE exam. That's a good measure of how much mental illness you probably have, how much physical illness you'll entail in your life, because there's a deep correlation to having physical and social and sexual abuse as a child and being sick for the entirety of your life. It's a sad story, one that affects me personally and many other people. But basically my thought process today was how, just like heroin is a social disease, it affects how you interact with everybody in your life. Being fat is also a social disease, and as a fat person, that you are not going to get hit on by certain people. You're not going to be attractive to certain people, and many people put themselves in that position on purpose, whether they want to admit it or not. If you've been raped and then you find yourself 150 pounds overweight, that's probably because you can't stand people fucking, hitting on you. I know saying that being fat is a social disease is probably going to upset somebody, but oh well. This is the way I see things. I'm not really a big fan of the body positive movement, as people possibly guessed. I have nothing against fat people, and I really find fat women attractive. I'm certainly not thin by any stretch, although I'd prefer to be, because I'd like to live longer and have a healthy life, but I have addiction issues, so